Well, I hope you guys had a great Memorial Day weekend. On a serious note, I want to remind everyone that this wasn't just a long weekend. This was a day to remember those men and women who laid down their lives for our country and for our freedom. On an unserious note, let's start the show, you guys, as we take time to thank the veterans who gave us the best chance to win, unlike Aaron Rodgers. From Wondery, I'm Annie Agar, and this is The Offensive Line.
And when the crowd starts going wild, it's go time. Put it all on the line.
Welcome to The Offensive Line, you guys. We're here to make some picks, talk some and hopefully make you some money. Coming up in a little bit, we have one of our favorite guests back on. NFL offensive lineman and friend, Geoff Schwartz, will be back on to talk There's a lot going on with offensive linemen, in particular this week for some reason. This is a very on brand for us, and the show obviously is named after that. So this will be a great time to have Geoff come back on. Starting with, you guys, we have to talk about the Tush Push, okay? The banning of the Tush Push. I don't want any other DMs sent to me about how bad it was that the Packers were the ones bringing this up. I know we look ridiculous. We look so stupid. They needed 75% vote. They didn't get it, okay? It was 22-10. They needed 24 votes. They got 22. 22 people were on their side, mind you, okay? When I first read this, I thought it was the 10 that were on their side. No. 22 teams agreed it should be illegal and we should be banning the Tush Push. However, that wasn't enough for the majority vote, and it did not happen. Do we look stupid? Do we have egg on our face? Absolutely. But you know what? Moving on. We are moving on. There are more things to be concerned about, like Jair. However, I do want to bring up a couple things with this, you guys. 22-10 was the score of the Eagles-Packers game. Wild card game in the playoffs where we lost. The irony is just crazy, okay? The crossover, ridiculous. By the way, I want to remind everyone during that game, Keyshawn Nixon for sure recovered that fumble. That was an illegal hit. Argue with a wall, okay? Unbelievable game. I don't want to get into it. We're, like I said, moving on to bigger and better things. It's like a therapy session with me every time I get on this pod. The Packers host the Eagles week 10 on Monday Night Football, you guys. Are we a glutton for punishment? Absolutely. How many times are they going to tush push us? I want them to come out there, first play of the game, tush push. Why not? Just get it out of the way. I know it's going to happen. I'm starting to think that, and we talked about this on my show with Chicago Sports Network for a little while, if the Eagles are the Packers' new kind of rival, if this has created some sort of weird rivalry with them. And I would say absolutely. It's like, I mean, we know that all the rivalries with the Packers and inside the division, and kind of with the 49ers is like a weird one. We talked about that on former episodes of the show. But this one is a new, probably going to be reoccurring now because they're the ones that led the ban for the Tush Push. I'm not a fan of it. The Eagles also tweeted out, I'm sure you guys saw this week, that almost the second it didn't get banned, they tweeted out, push on. It was a little picture. It was a beautiful graphic. We'll probably show it on the show. It said push on with a picture. And wouldn't you know it, who was the team that they faced in that picture? The Green Bay Packers. Ironically, though, and I did a little research, guys, because the petty person that I am, I'm like, you know what? This picture looks really familiar. Which game was it from? It happened to be on a 2-play conversion that we stopped. We literally stopped the tush push that they used in the picture. So, you know what? Screw you guys. Go find someone else to make fun of. Didn't the Jags stop you like 3 times in one game on the tush push? You think it's invincible. They're not. Okay? This Eagles team can be beat. I cannot wait for NFL teams to figure it out. Stop trying to ban the stupid play. Just defend it. Good Lord. And Jason Kelce, who's behind all this, and I want to talk to Geoff about this when we have him on pretty soon here, because I know that he was a big proponent of Jason Kelce being kind of the legs behind it, if I can use that. Not Jalen Hurts' legs, even though we know they're made of steel. Oh my gosh. He's invincible. He's not. Okay, it can be stopped. Just let's try to do it the non-political way. Okay, let's try to do it on the field, not in a courtroom. Okay, Jerry Jones was asked about why he voted for the ban. He said he wasn't sure if it was because he was anti-tush push or anti-Philadelphia Eagles. I would say this is a big part of it too. Did people, and we'll get into this in a second, the 10 teams that did vote for the ban, or to keep the play legal, sorry, not for the ban. I just want to know, is it okay to vote to ban a play just because you hate Philly? Because I feel like that was a thing. I mean, I think the teams, everybody in that division voted to ban it. I'm almost positive, yeah, because here are the teams that made it legal. I'll tell you in a second. Every team in that division banned it. And I don't even know if they could have no stance on the tush push. They just hate the Eagles. They hate Philly. That's very valid for me, especially for Dallas. That Dallas is so petty. Talk about Dallas is so petty. Doesn't surprise me for a second that Jerry did that. He probably didn't even know what the vote was. He heard Philly and he was like, I'm against it. 100%. You know what? A man after my own heart, Jerry. Maybe you and I aren't as different as I think we are. Okay, let's get into the 10 teams that voted to keep the play legal. This, guys, will shock you because it shocked me. And we're going to break this down a little bit, okay? The 10 teams that voted to keep the play legal, meaning keep the tush push happening against you, because we all know you don't run it, not nearly as successfully. I'm going to read through the teams and then give you my reasoning why I think they went with the play. Okay, so obviously Philly. Then we have Baltimore, Cleveland, Detroit, Jacksonville, Miami, New England, New Orleans, the Jets, and Tennessee. What? Get out of here. What are we talking about? All right, let's start with Baltimore. The Ravens ran 4 of 5 tush pushes successfully last year. That's my only read with Mark Andrews. That's my only reasoning as to why they would want this. It was the last tush push that got stopped. So Baltimore, I'm on board with that. Cleveland, Stefanski probably said it doesn't really affect them because it's 4th and 10 almost every play anyway. So Detroit, Dan Campbell would never vote to make football softer. He would rather die than making football softer. Are you kidding me? He would be fully on board with the tush push. Jacksonville, this is where things get a little weird. Jacksonville, now you might be wondering why. Why would they be on board with the tush push? What do you mean why? They saw their former coach do it in a bar multiple times, I'm sure. No big deal for them. Miami, pretty sure quarterback safety is on top of their priority list anyway. So that's probably why they voted for it. New Orleans and New England. This is where it gets a little weird. I don't know if they know what hard softball. I don't know if they know what hard football is, okay? Because wasn't it New Orleans former coach that apologized to the Falcons for putting up too many points in a rivalry game? They're just soft teams. So maybe this was their way to get back on the map to say, hey, yeah, I want to be hard. I want to be hard-nosed football again. They probably didn't even know what they were voting for. Jets, Tennessee definitely didn't. They just heard that they were involved in a vote and were like, yep, we're there. Absolutely. We're going to side with the bully of the school, which is Philly. That is my only thought process there. I don't understand any of it other than maybe Baltimore and obviously the Eagles. You guys all should have voted. 2 more votes. We needed 2 more votes to not look like such idiots. Thank you, NFL, for making the Packers look like a bunch of dumbasses again. I probably shouldn't have thrown again on there. Dang it. I'm just roasting my own fan base. All right, moving on, guys. The NFL season is 100 days away officially today. So I decided to make a list of the top 100 things I'm excited for this upcoming season. This is in no particular order. I kind of threw numbers out there and then picked out of a bowl. We'll probably do more consecutive series of this because there's obviously 100 things to look forward to. There's a lot of things to look forward to. But these are the ones I came up with, starting with number 84. Okay, we'll start from the least excited to maybe the most excited. Number 84, Arthur Smith utilizing the Steelers' tight end 1. Okay, the Steelers' star tight end that he's going to be utilizing the most in the red zone. You know him, Darnell Washington. Number 67, the Bengals dropping their first 3 games. Zach Taylor being asleep until week 4, easily. Something to look forward to. Number 41, Dan Campbell going for it on 4th down in his own territory during the Packers game right away. I mean, we're talking 5 minutes into the game, I'm sure. Johnny's looking forward to it, I know. I'm so excited for it. Number 13 of things I'm looking forward to, of my top 100 things I'm looking forward to, a Caleb Williams meltdown. I don't care what it is. I don't care if he lays on the ground a little too long. It's a meltdown. Can't wait for it. And the number five thing I'm looking forward to is the replay of the Hail Mary over and over and over again when the Commanders play the Bears next year. I'm so excited. It's a primetime game. You know how many times they're going to run that Hail Mary? Oh, it's beautiful. I will watch it every single time. I'll probably replay it. I'll post on Twitter every single time it happens too, just to rub it in a little bit more. I'm excited, you guys. The countdown commences. I'm very much looking forward to it. There's a lot of things to look forward to this upcoming season. A lot of storylines, which is perfect for me and my content. You guys know this. So we'll break it down as the season or as the off season goes on until the season gets started. Now, I want to take a moment to play a little game here called Blink Twice. Okay, this is for all the people out there that need some help, and there's quite a few of them. Garrett Wilson, I don't know if you guys saw this week, said I'm hopefully I'm a Jet for life. What? No, that has never come out of anybody's mouth ever. So blink twice, buddy, if you're okay. If you're not okay. Now, it's unclear if he was being blackmailed while saying this, if he developed Stockholm Syndrome, where he just believes that the Jets are probably the best place for him because they provide him with food and shelter. Buddy, been there, okay? This is a concern, though. And it made me think, are there other situations in the NFL right now where they feel this way? Where we're like, are you okay? Have you checked in with anybody? Have you touched grass lately? Because there are a couple people out there that I'm wondering. I'm thinking, you're not good. You're just convincing yourself of that until someone pulls you out of the depths of pain and misery. So we're going to play Blink Twice. I'm going to list a few people that I would love for them to blink twice if they're not okay. All right. I'll pull you out. It's like the meme of the guy trying to get that cat out of the store. Like, I will get you out. I will do that for you. Okay. I'll take my talents to Twitter and the people will get you out. Starting with Travis Hunter and his marriage. Buddy, blink twice if you're not okay. I will get you out. He bought his wife a car, his wife now, a car. I know I roast him a lot. He's a great kid. I think he's super respectful, well-rounded guy. Met him at the draft very briefly. I think he's a great guy. But we know that marriage situation. Everybody on Twitter, and even if their marriage is great, everybody on Twitter, including myself, has made so many jokes about it. So blink twice if you're not okay, buddy. Jackson Dart, he's posting all over social media. The man is absolutely just coated in jewels, and he's got this chain, and he's looking pretty cool, guys. He's looking like an NFL player. He plays for the Giants. Has everybody checked in with him? Does he know that he plays for the Giants? Because he's posting, it's like when you go through a breakup and then you start posting all these glow up things. That's what he's doing. My guy, you've not been out of you're right in the breakup. Okay. You're not out of it. You're in bed with the Giants. Okay. Let's check yourself a little bit. Blink twice if you're not okay. The Steelers being held hostage by Aaron Rodgers. Self-explanatory. Are you okay? Has anyone checked in with you? I would be concerned. Caleb Williams. That's it. That's the tweet. I'm sure he's not. And lastly, Jair. And I'm only saying this because I literally want him to blink. Do something. Make a move. If I see another report saying Jair woke up today, okay, cool. Get him a deal. All right? I don't want to be concerned with this anymore. So blink twice, please. Just, even if you're not okay, do something. All right, guys, that's my rant for the day. Coming up, that's actually not. There's more to come. But coming up next, Geoff Schwartz is back. Team USA needs our help, you guys, and we're here to provide it. Stay right here on the offensive line. Welcome back to the offensive line, you guys. Joining us now is former offensive lineman, current offensive line veteran, Geoff Schwartz. Welcome back to the show. Thanks for joining us.
I'm glad to be here. I just hope it goes better than Jordan Love's first pitch the other day against the Brewers. You know what?
Okay, I've been tagged in that a few too many times.
Has he thrown a baseball before, Annie? This is a problem.
Whenever it goes out of the screen, whenever it goes out of the shot, that's a bad sign. It's looking a little Brett Favre-esque.
How worried are you about this? This is not good.
It's not a good look. He doesn't lead with his shoulder. He's wide open. Shoulders need to be squared up toward the target. I mean, this is like a rookie mistake here, okay? I'm pretty sure he's not a rookie anymore, right? He's a couple years in.
Did you see, by the way, the miles per hour showed up on the screen too? It said 39 miles an hour.
Oh, no. He wouldn't even make it in T-ball. That's terrible.
How many people tagged you in that, would you guess?
30 plus, probably.
Yeah.
One of them being my brother.
Of course he did. Why?
No,
I mean, anytime
Johnny
you can make fun of the Packers, you have to.
Oh, yeah. He even quote tweeted it, and he was like, Brian Branch is ready. Like, you know what, John? Get out of here.
That's a good tweet.
Isn't it? Oh, he thought it was. He thought it was hilarious. Okay, well, let's roast the Packers a little bit more. Why not? Let's just start there with the whole Tush Push thing. I just was talking about it before you came on. I'm a little concerned we didn't get the number of votes needed to ban this, because not just because I wanted it banned, and I tweeted about this and everybody was like, you should just stop the play. I agree that just stop the play, don't ban it, but it just looks stupid now that the Packers were the ones leading the charge. They didn't get the two more votes that they needed. Why? Let's start with why this works so well for Philly, because you're, as the O-line guy here, you're the expert, and I've heard you talk about it before, but why does this work so well for Philly and not the other 21 teams that agreed with them that they should keep it legal?
Yeah, well, it's lame that everyone voted against it. I'm glad it didn't make it because it shouldn't have. It's a skilled play, and they're punishing the Eagles for winning the Super Bowl. If the Eagles didn't win the Super Bowl, this wouldn't have been an issue. I did see a funny tweet that said if the Chiefs do this against the Bills for success, they'll ban it, which seems to be the way the rules work out, where every time the Chiefs get something against the Bills, it gets banned. And the Eagles did troll the Packers perfectly, by the way, with that picture that they put out.
I just said that, though. They stopped it. It was a 2-point conversion. We stopped that play. How stupid is that? Use a play that they didn't use, a tush push we didn't stop. I'm so bitter about it. So bitter. Anyway.
The reasoning that they're trying to ban it, right, is because they say it's unsafe play, but there's actually no data that's unsafe. There's nothing that says it's unsafe. There's no injury rate increase on the play. They don't like it because it's not a pretty play, and Eagles are the best at it. And the reason why they're good at it is a couple things. One is obviously their offensive line is very good, right? And if you notice, Jalen Hurts only goes over the left side, I should say. So now it's obviously going to be Juergens and Dickerson and Mulata. The right side's fine, but they've had rotating right guards over the years. And then Lane Johnson's 35. Like, he's just not going to be as good at this play as the younger guys on the left side. But the thing that I think really makes a big difference, and I want you to pay attention to this when you watch a highlight of this play. It's not that Jalen Hurts squats 600 pounds. That's not the reason why.
Yeah.
But watch how he takes the ball and waits a split second before going forward. That allows his offensive line to get a little bit of push up front, then allows him to use his legs and get a little bit of push himself before he sort of rides the back of the offensive lineman. The mistake a lot of quarterbacks make on a quarterback sneak is that they get the ball and then immediately try to push forward before there's room to push forward. So what happens is you run into the back of your offensive lineman, and then you yourself lose your power to push forward through anyone trying to tackle you. And Tom Brady, he did this well too. When you watch him, he was the best at quarterback sneaks, right? He'd take the ball, he'd wait just that split second to allow the offensive line to get a little bit of forward movement, and then, kind of just fall forward. He obviously wasn't pushed. And so you look, the pushback is always, well, the defense can't, the defense can't push another defender. It's not totally true. But you wouldn't stop the play anyways if you could do that. So I'm glad it didn't pass. And we'll see if, eventually we'll pass. I think this is the first vote. It didn't happen this time, but it just feels like teams are bitter. They're not as good as Philly at doing this play.
Well, to your point, it's a stoppable play. It's not this invincible play. If it's run properly, it's a lot harder to stop. But there are teams, and the Jags stopped him like 3. I just mentioned it. The Jags stopped him like 3 times in one game. It's not an invincible play. If you want it to not be a thing anymore, just stop it. Stop it.
Correct. Not very hard.
So stupid. Okay, while we're talking Tush Push, we have to talk about the Protector of the Year award.
Yes.
Did you hear about that? How do you feel about that? So the NFL is introducing it this past week, by the way. It's for an offensive lineman, standout O lineman, right? It
is, I think. I mean, we don't have all the criteria. But basically, it's going to be like a NFL MVP award, but for offensive linemen, what it sounds like.
You're getting your credit. How nice is that?
It's great. It's great. I'm very happy we get our credit. I'll put it like that. I think we've been working our way toward this. But the award should really be for an entire offensive line, right? Because I think you'd ask any offensive lineman, they tell you that we work together as one. And luckily enough on the college side, I'm part of the Joe Moore Award, which does award an entire offensive line. I think one guy's going to be really hard. You have 6 guys in this panel that does not include Duke Manyweather, who it should absolutely include, him and Lane Johnson. Founded O-line masterminds. He's the preeminent offensive line trainer in the country. He should have eyeballs on this award. I just hope everyone, watches the film. Look, the panel's distinguished, obviously, right? I mean, I think Orlando Pace is on there, Will Shields, and Whitworth, who's fantastic.
Well, not if you're not on there, Geoff.
You know what the thing is? I don't want to be on there. See, this is the thing. The film required to watch this is more than I have time to do, which is why like a guy like Duke Manyweather who watches all the film, I think will be very helpful to the panel. Look, choosing the right guy is going to be hard in a given year. I hope they do it correctly. But first and foremost, and the most important thing, is that we're finally getting recognition, which we should. So I'm glad this is out there. And what if you could bet on it too? I'm actually kind of curious. It is an official NFL award. I hope they put some odds up for it.
Who would you have? You just said it would be hard to pick one person, but if somebody did get picked last year, who would be your vote for?
I would have picked Lane Johnson. And this is, again, sort of where I differ from some of the voters in the All-Pro Award last year that put Penei Sewell ahead of Lane Johnson. I think pass protection matters more than run blocking. Run blocking's fun. It's sexy. It's cool. It's easier to watch, right? You can see, Penei Sewell. I'm not disparaging Penei, by the way. He's fantastic. But, it's like you can see Penei pancake someone, right? Lane Johnson's pass protection last year was incredible. It just sort of goes unnoticed because it's hard to break down for an average fan. So I would have put Lane up there. Look, if Penei would have won, so be it. But that's why I think it's hard just for one guy to win the award. I mean, right? You would give it to the Eagles offensive line last year, I think, as a team award. So, look, I'm glad we're getting the recognition, and I just hope they do it right.
That's a really good point. It's a very, very teamwork oriented position. Okay, let's transition a little bit into, I just mentioned today is officially 100 days until the start of the season. So we're going to do a little breakdown of that until we get, in this whole offseason, until we get to that. The first game, guys, I cannot wait. I just went through and named off some things I'm looking forward to this upcoming season, but I would like to hear from you in terms of future bets.
Okay.
Do you have any future bets that we can already get our hopes up for and then just be let down at the start of the season? Any future bets that we should look for there, Geoff?
I would never wager on anything in the NFL.
No, never.
I'm looking at the right number for you guys. So look, this feels like a number that's a little too high.
Okay.
But I think it's probably playable. And you think to yourself, like, why would this number seem awful? The 49ers win total is anywhere from, I think, 9.5 to 10.5. You get 10.5 at plus money. You look at their team, and I'm not even sure you can make the argument that they're much better than last year. They're going to be healthier than last season, which is a huge importance to picking, obviously, teams to go over their win total. But their schedule, they're going to be a favorite in probably 15 of 17 games. It's a schedule full of the South, essentially. They get the NFC South. They got the AFC South.
Tough divisions, obviously.
And it's just like, it's a very manageable schedule. They play one game on the road and maybe bad weather, Cleveland in late November. Otherwise, it's games at home or in a dome. I mean, look at the end of the schedule. Arizona, Carolina, Cleveland, Tennessee, Indianapolis, Chicago, Seattle. Whoa. I mean, like, they're going to be good. So can I convince you on over 10.5 wins? Even though, again, I don't know if they're going to be that good compared to the other teams, but they're going to win a lot of games.
I think we did this before too. I think it was with you because we were talking the win totals, and I think I could be sold on that. That was a good pitch.
I don't think anyone's offering 9.5. If they were, it would probably be minus 150. Like, it would be a little pricey, but you can go ahead and try to snag that right now. Look, these numbers will change between now and the start of the year. So
I like that.
Make sure to.
I like that. If Jeff's on board with it, I'm on board with it.
Look, again, win totals are difficult because there's just not a lot. Like, I'm not going to look at a lot of teams and be like, I love that one. The one that I think I have to do, and I really don't like it, but I think it's a sell, is the Giants under 5.5. I'll tell you why I don't like it, first of all. One is I think they got better this offseason, which they did. I mean, they certainly got better.
Yeah.
And they were 1-8 at one-score games last season. That typically reverses itself, right? So I'm not saying they're going to be 8-1 but 4-4, 5-3, something like that, right? 6-2. The question, Annie, though, is that how many close games are they going to play this season?
Right.
Hard to turn the trend. So I'm going to read you their first 9 games. All right, you ready? They're at the Commanders, at the Cowboys. Then they play the Chiefs and they play the Chargers. Then they go to New Orleans. Then it's Philly, Denver, Philly, San Francisco.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
yikes.
They get out of that with more than being the Saints, and they won't even be probably a favorite at New Orleans to be a pick 'em, I would guess. It's also a game I just know that Matt and I, from my podcast, Geoff Schwartz with Smarter Than You, we pick 5 sides a week to wager on. New Orleans, like, plus a point in that game was going to be something that we're going to be on. It's going to be so gross, and Matt's going to hate it. He's going to text me right now and tell me that
it's not a Thursday night.
We're not wagering on that game. And so it's just their schedule's really, really, really hard.
Yeah.
And if they go to Jackson Dart at some point this season, that's probably going to make it much tougher to win 6 games, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
So I am concerned about the Giants with their schedule. So under 5.5 to kind of sell you on that.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. That's what we talk about, because it just them alone in that division, you're already set up for a couple losses. It's like that's just the card.
I mean, maybe 6 losses in division. They play the Commanders well each year, though. So that's a team that always play well. All along the same lines, by the way. Fewest wins, plus 600 for the Giants. So worth it. And Saints, by the way,
it's
plus
worth it. That's a good. Those are good.
Plus,
I would take that immediately.
Yeah.
I took a lot of unders when I was looking at win totals. I went under a lot.
See, you should only take unders.
Yeah.
Only unders.
It's because I'm a negative.
Overs are. I just gave you one over, which is. I think it's just hard to bet.
That's reasonable. I like that one.
That was a schedule. That's more of a schedule under.
Right.
Over, I should say. The other one, I think. I'm just gonna fade Pittsburgh. If I lose, I lose. So be it. I just don't like this Aaron Rodgers thing.
No.
Even if he joins the team, what are you getting from him? He missed the entire offseason program. He's not playing this offense before. So I would think under 8.5 would be the play. No, I get it. They've never been under 500 under Tomlin.
Right.
All things come to an end.
Right. And everybody forgets too, like they still have Arthur Smith. I know Tomlin, great coach, but then it's like the offense is still the issue that they had last year as well. And I'm concerned with the Steelers. I think that's a great bet. I think we'd be the ones to lead that charge, and they're going to break their 9-win season. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be great content. It's going to be great content.
Oh, it'll be fantastic.
All right. Speaking of teams that we're going to bet on. No, we don't bet on just anything. Jeff doesn't just bet on random sporting events that are happening in the offseason. Right, Jeff?
I would never do that. No.
You would never do that. Never. Let's talk a little. There's a segue here. I don't know. It's just like random sporting events. Flag football, I would consider as random. It's football, but it's not. This is what everybody is not realizing. And I saw so many tweets and TikToks about the new flag football. So if you guys didn't hear, NFL voted to allow players to compete in flag football in the 2028 Olympics. It's going to be electric, but it's not the same as normal football. So we have to think about this differently, people. Flag football, very, very different. You have to be a very dynamic player. And Jeff and I are going to talk about that a little more by drafting our own USA flag football team. Who we think from the NFL would be in our flag football team. That's pretty valid, right, Jeff?
Yes. Yes.
So I think what we'll do, it's five versus five. We'll go back and forth by drafting our player for the same team. So we'll just take turns with each position. So we have to draft a quarterback, someone who can snap the ball and catch, 3 skill position players on offense. On defense, we'll have 1 blitzer and 4 DBs. Okay. So you can start us off. Let's start at quarterback. Who are we taking?
Okay, so here's 2 things to consider. One is that I always hear the pushback of that flag football is different than regular football. The flag football guys would smoke the NFL guys. Certainly fair take. The NFL players will actually practice, though. Like, they'll practice before they play. So just want to throw it out there. Secondly, remember, this is 2028. So we have to think about, I think, young guys. So for me, quarterback, I know who you wrote down. But can I sell you on Jaden Daniels as quarterback 3 years from now in the Olympics? Like, that feels like the guy who, I know everyone's going to go Lamar. I get it. But remember, Lamar's going to be, 30-ish around there?
That's what you have to think about. And it's hard to do that.
Give me like a Jaden Daniels in, off, I'm sure producer Matt would say, like, off a Super Bowl win. Like, you get him to play the Olympics. Lamar would be 32. I think Jaden Daniels, the way he can run, he's elusive, got a good arm. So give me Jaden Daniels.
He'd be like peak. That would be like peak, the arch of his career, I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, now we have to rethink all these other ones because I'll go wide receiver next. One of my wide receivers, and it's not the obvious Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Those are the obvious choices, but you have to get a guy that can shimmy, a guy that can maneuver a little bit back there. Now, so I had said Tyreek, but then he's going to be old as well. So I might just go Justin Jefferson for our first wide receiver.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's the right. He's still going to be in a good age. Where he can do this.
Yeah.
So I think that's
second wide receiver.
Yeah, because they don't really like run routes. They just sort of like
you just
do what they want.
Elusive.
I kind of like for the other wide receiver like a Brian Thomas Jr. like someone like that, right?
Okay.
Like a Brian Thomas Jr. I even think like would Jeremiah Smith be available by then out of Ohio State? I feel like just like give me like
he would be electric.
Give me 6'4". Can I put Jeremiah Smith in there? Give me 6'4" Jeremiah Smith.
Absolutely.
As my wide receiver.
We should have put like Arch Manning as our quarterback.
No. Hey, slow down the Arch stuff. Let's slow down a little bit. He might even be in the NFL by then. He's going to take some time. So give me Jeremiah Smith as wide receiver. How about that?
That was a great pick. That was a huge pull. Great pick. Okay. We need a flex / running back. I was gonna say Saquon for obvious choices. Plus, he's a pass catching back, so that's kind of what you need at the running back position in flag football. But I think I'm gonna go Jahmyr Gibbs.
I like it.
I think Gibbs.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I like again, like the youth thing matters. This is 3 years from now.
Yeah.
3 years from now.
Right. That's so hard to think about. Okay, we need a tight end / center.
Yeah, your suggestion, Brock Bowers, is the right one. That's the right answer. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Block and go out for routes is what my thought process was there. Okay. Defense, a blitzer. This I didn't really understand. Like this.
Micah Parsons. That's the answer.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Micah Parsons because you need a guy that can like Myles Garrett to me and Aiden Hutchinson. They're obviously they incredible, but I think you need someone like a little more twitchy to chase the quarterback around.
Yeah. Okay.
And Parsons is I think he's a little nuts. So like that, I think it would fit in well for just like I got to go like, I got to play a little out of my mind to catch this quarterback who's like you're jiggling all around and making crazy moves.
Okay, I like that. That was the only one that I had a big question mark on. Okay, we need some DBs. I'm going to take Patrick Surtain. I think would be the first.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the thing about this. I will not pretend to know defensive back and watch all 22 of these guys because this is a different job, right? Like when you play flag football, they're not running like sail routes. I mean, they're just doing whatever they want. So you need guys that can really move. So any of these man coverage guys, I feel like are the answer, right? So you mentioned Surtain. I think Stingley is one of those guys that can do it as well. You want to choose these young guys.
Would you do Cooper, DeJean? If so, we have three. We need 3 DBs. I had Trent McDuffie and Derek Stingley. Would we do Cooper, DeJean, or would you keep those 3?
I think those are good because McDuffie's a man corner as well.
Yeah.
Stingley's I would stick with guys that play man.
Okay.
DeJean, I don't know if I'd put him in there, even though I love his little TikTok song he's got going there. Safety, though, I don't know. Do you have a safety? Like, is that a thing?
I said Kyle Hamilton. But that came purely based off of I just like him.
I don't know. I'm kind of curious, like what you would. Yeah, I think he'd be a good hybrid guy, right? Like against a bigger wide receiver that they have.
He's big.
I like our team. Do we need a kicker at all? Are there any kickers in flag football?
I don't know. Are there? I don't think so. We didn't have it written down.
Okay, so here's the thing.
If we did take a kicker,
are you telling me this team right here, given like 2 months to prepare, they would annihilate everybody. Couldn't play like, I don't know, man. I think it'd be.
You're telling me
some
little accountant from France is going to cover Justin Jefferson?
That's my favorite thing about like all the memes. I saw your video too.
Yeah,
it's like the idea that like, it's gonna be
some guy from Uruguay is gonna.
My son wants to go to the Olympics in 2020. It's in Los Angeles, where I'm from.
Right.
And I just like don't like large crowds and don't really want to do it, but I don't know when it's going to happen. And I'm gonna have to. Maybe I'll. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not that. I couldn't see you enjoying that very much, especially the whole crowd thing.
Nah, I wouldn't.
A lot.
But it'd be cool to say
that you were there.
I would go. Like if they did the flag football event, like at SoFi, I think I would go. That'd be fun.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna recap our team just so the people know. So we had Jane Daniels, Jetta's Jeremiah Smith, great poll. Jahmyr Gibbs, Brock Bowers. On defense, Michael Parsons, PS2, Derek Stingley, Trent McDuffie, and Kyle Hamilton. That's a solid team. I feel great about that.
I think it's a great team.
I think they should have us coach, if they want to win a gold. We're going to win gold. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I don't think they need our help. I think
they don't need our help.
Like what do I tell Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, that's true. Other than drafting them, that's about all we bring to the table.
That's it.
We're just there for the support, the more support. Well, I appreciate it, Geoff. If you go to the Olympics in 2028, please take video or bring me with you.
I'll be there. I mean, I don't know. We'll make it happen.
That'd be so cool. Debbie will make it happen, right?
Yes, of course.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks for joining us back on the show. I'm sure you'll be back soon. There's a lot of offensive linemen talk to talk. But you can catch Geoff not on our show on the occasion that he isn't on it, on his show. Geoff Schwartz is Smarter Than You. Still my favorite name for any show. I appreciate it, Geoff. Tell the family we said hi.
Thank you.
And have a great rest of your week.
You too. Take care.
All right, you guys. I called out the NFL rookies last week, and now it's time to put up or shut up. Stay right here on the offensive line.
Previously on the offensive line.
This cannot be that hard. Hand-eye coordination. It's not that difficult, guys. Just be ready as an athlete to grab a stick. Basically a glorified carnival game. I think I could get every stick. I might drop one. I'm gonna find one though. I promise you guys this. I'm gonna not just talk the talk. I'm gonna walk the walk. Okay, we're gonna test this out. But it cannot be that hard.
Yep. 2, 1, go.
Oh no. Oh no.
2, 1, go.
Okay. Oh shoot.
You gotta drop the ones in your hand.
Dang it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Oh shoot. For anyone who says that is easy, is clearly wrong. Who would ever say that? It's very hard. It takes a lot of skill and concentration. and I will not be doing it again. All right, guys, now it's time for my favorite segment of the show, No Offense. This is where I get to rant about something that's been bothering me this week without being offensive, because we all know when you say no offense, it's not being offensive. The no offense this week is, no offense, but NBA playoffs have been pure cinema. Okay, it's been a spectacle. However, if I see one more flop, I am turning it off faster than Bill does to his 20-year-old girlfriend. We have seen some of the most egregious flops this year in the playoffs, and I don't know if it's just this epidemic that's happening, or if tell me, NBA fans, if this is a normal occurrence for you, okay? From SGA to Jalen Brunson, I've seen some of the worst foul baiting, and I'm not used to it. I don't know if it's because I'm watching it more because it's the playoffs, so you guys, NBA fans, have to let me know if this is just a normal common occurrence, because I know the LeBron stuff, but this just seems preposterous. And it got me thinking, is this just an epidemic we have in the NBA, or is this making its way to the NFL as well? Because I've seen the tape on Josh Allen. I've seen the flops, okay? I've also seen Pat Mahomes throw himself out of bounds trying to get a late hit. Is flopping just a thing now? The one person that should be flopping, Tua, doesn't. There's just a weird thing that's happening in the NBA and NFL, and I'm concerned. I'm concerned for the integrity of this sport, okay? So Josh Allen, just leave the acting to your girlfriend and her other boyfriend, Michael B. Jordan. That's all I have to say, you guys. That was my no offense this week. Hopefully you NBA fans out there can help me, can tell me if this is just normal, if I'm overreacting. I have a tendency to do that. So, that's it for this week, you guys, on The Offensive Line. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts. You can watch our full podcast episodes on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. I will see you guys next week in this lovely off season. And as always, Des didn't catch it.
Down, old dollar, get the edge and holler.